After I said no to pay for my sister's $50,000 wedding, she invited me to a casual dinner. 3. The moment I walked into my sister's apartment, I knew I'd made a catastrophic mistake. It wasn't just dinner, it was an ambush, and my entire world was about to come crashing down. 3 men in crisp suits sat at her dining table, documents fanned out like a battle plan. Chloe, my younger sister, emerged from the kitchen, a glass of wine in her hand, wearing that sickeningly sweet smile she always used right before she set someone's life on fire. I, Leo, was never supposed to be the rich one. That role was always reserved for Chloe, the golden child, homecoming queen, the one with the perfect GPA who got into every Ivy League school. Me? I was just Leo, 34, quiet, a little awkward, happier with quarterly reports than wedding plans or fashion trends. I worked in private equity, but nobody would know it. My $60 watch from college, my decade-old Honda, the house I paid off in cash 2 years ago, no debt, no drama, no desire to show off. That's why my family never truly understood what I did, and I never bothered to correct them. My mother, Diane, once told a friend I was a bank teller or something. I just smiled and nodded. It was easier than explaining leveraged buyouts and silent partnerships. Especially since Chloe sucked up all the attention anyway, she always had. Even as kids, I was the backup sibling, the spare. She got piano lessons, ballet recitals, private tutoring. I got told to be quiet during her practice sessions. If she wanted something, the whole house revolved around getting it for her. If I needed help with school or life or anything, really, I got a pat on the back and you'll figure it out. I'm not bitter. At least, I wasn't. For most of my life, I kept my head down, worked hard, and made peace with the fact that my parents, especially Diane, saw Chloe as the bright, shining hope of the family. They called her our little star, even when we were well into our 30s. And Chloe played the part flawlessly, smiling, charming, and always just helpless enough to need rescuing by someone else's checkbook. The thing is, behind the glitter and social media filters, Chloe had no idea how to manage money, or relationships, or really anything, if I'm being honest. She burned through more jobs than I could count, bounced between luxury apartments she couldn't afford, and dated a carousel of wealthy men who always seemed to disappear the second she brought up marriage. That's probably why when she finally found a guy, Alex, who proposed and, more importantly, could tolerate her long enough to actually stay, my entire family practically lost their minds with excitement. It was like Chloe had finally secured her happily ever after, and we were all expected to be extras in the fairy tale. For a while, I played along. I showed up to the engagement party, brought a thoughtful, admittedly expensive gift, smiled through the champagne toasts, and listened to Chloe gush about the Rome honeymoon, the custom Vera wine gown, and the historic vineyard estate they booked for the wedding venue. She dropped numbers like confetti, $110,000 for the dress, $8,000 for the flowers, $6,000 for the calligraphy artist flying in from Chicago just to handwrite the invites. Every detail was ridiculous. Every dollar spent was someone else's, mostly our parents'. But the real shock came 1 week after that party when Chloe invited me to lunch. We met at this trendy little cafe downtown, the kind with $15 avocado toast and baristas who looked like they belonged on the cover of a magazine. I should have known something was up bottom left of screen, click full story.